Hello everyone, today is 17th of September 2024. It's a Tuesday, and today I will be talking about the lunar eclipse that will be happening actually just next morning, early in the morning, in the sign of Pisces. The thing is that, before I really start, I just would like to say that it holds for the eclipse chart, or it can be for any kind of transit chart that we are looking at. And these charts all belong to some people, and that it would be their charts. Like tomorrow, babies are born during the eclipse time, and they will have that as their birth chart. So, I wouldn't say that if something is happening, we just need to sugarcoat or something like that. But for me, it's really important to be kind with our words when we are talking about a certain chart, always keeping in mind that it belongs to someone else. So having said that, so what about the eclipse? First of all, let me give some quick technical information. The eclipse it would be a partial lunar eclipse. It will be happening on the 18th of September, 3:45 UK time. It would be here. I think it would be, of course, in countries in parts of the world that are behind the UK time. It would be happening, of course, before and sometimes afterwards. So according to that, of course, also the visibility of the eclipse would change. I know that it would be visible here in UK, and it will be happening in the, as I said, sign of Pisces, 25 degrees 47 minutes. So and there would be a, a full moon just before that in Pisces, which would be at 3:34 UK time at 25 degrees 40 minutes Pisces. So it's a partial lunar eclipse, because the thing is that during the eclipse, the Earth moves between the sun and the full moon, but then here there won't be a precise alignment. According to the time and date website, the definition is like only part of the moon's visible surface move into the dark part of the Earth's shadow. That's why there's not a perfect alignment and perfect coverage of the moon during the lunar eclipse. And it's like it's also important to say that the solar and lunar eclipses occur only during the new and full moons respectively. So and it's important that these coincide with the one of the nodes, and so we will see that during the eclipse times, there would be some not some, there would be a relationship between the sun and the moon, and the nodes of the moon, which would be the north node and the south node in the sky. They are, of course, invisible points, but still we see them on the charts. And one important thing is that this is as I said, full moon will be followed by the lunar eclipse, and this full moon is supposed to be related to the new moon that happened on the 21st of March 2023, which happened in the Aries, 0 degrees 49 minutes. So you are thinking about, like, it could be a very, a passionate, energetic start. It's like just like that, a start, and we may have this could have been something significant in a certain area of our lives, and now it could be the case that, especially like if we have any placements in natal placement in the early degrees of Aries and Libra, and the late degrees of Pisces and Virgo, this uh, quick start or energetic start or sudden start, etc., could have made an impact in our lives. And now this could be like the um, completion of that period. It could be like a closure, or it could be something that happened that time and we might be leaving it behind, or we could have reached a peak point about that thing as well. And when we go back to 2005 in terms of the Metonic cycle, of course the sky wasn't the same, but the placements picked up and the areas of lives impacted will be the same, as our natal charts don't change during the course of life. And of course we are not the same people 19 years older. A lot of water might have gone under the bridge, and the configuration is of the sky is not the same, but we can assume that same things will happen, but we shouldn't get encouraged or discouraged by the significant and important events that happen in that period. But there could be a mimicking as well. I mean, that we have to also keep that in mind. And the interesting thing about this Pisces lunar eclipse starting is that we will be having more eclipses around this Virgo Pisces axis until February 2027, and the end would be during the 20th of February 2027 with a eclipse in Virgo. So it could be a really interesting period for the people with mutable placements, looking at the degrees as well. And when we are talking about the impact of this coming up lunar eclipse, actually, I mean, I have to say that I mean the chart, I wouldn't share it here, but the chart is really interesting. It's like the life itself, because we see that there are points that I mean it's the we have to accept that the life is not always smooth, as it is. It's not. We sometimes may have challenges, and but there can be some force. I mean, like that is trying to put things in order and bringing some opposing things, at least meeting in the midway so that we can move forward. I mean, like it's like um, how we actually get the challenges. I mean, how we receive them is important. I mean, if we can be resilient enough, and if we can have this perseverance and everything, then we may find a way to get stronger as a result of these challenges. Also, sometimes there are things that would be like the destiny. I mean, like fated. So I think we could go and see that kind of effect in this chart, eclipse chart as well. And sometimes, like you know, you say that everything is aligned beautifully. I mean, like it's like they are all in harmony, and it's like as if you don't need to do anything. Of course, we have to. I mean, even the things are good, we cannot take anything for granted. So still, we need to put some effort, but it won't be as like in the, I mean, like a challenge and putting an effort, but it would be more like you try to keep that harmony in a way in your life. And I think that's the what comes through this eclipse chart in a way. And we have to say that, I mean, like the eclipses are not rare, but compared to the usual cycle of the moon and the frequency of new and full moon, uh, I mean that they are of course much rare in that sense, and so they are in that sense also special and carry more importance in our lives. So we can sometimes think that the eclipse happening may have an impact like 6 months, maximum 6 months forward. And it's like also when we look at the full moon and eclipse, lunar eclipse sky, It's I think the moment of moon and sun opposing each other, but they actually can illuminate each other, no? So why not finding the midway? Why not completing each other instead of dealing with polarity? And why not bringing that outer light and inner light together? It's like Virgo and Pisces, Virgo Sun and Pisces Moon. I mean, I can tell this from my experience, tell you this from my experience, as I have this very similar natal placements in my chart, but it would be too personal and it's not something that would be interesting for you. But when we think about the Pisces Moon, it's like it can be quite comfortable being in another world, out of reality, though in need of being in solitude and dreaming while feeling the pain and joy of all the universe. I think that's sometimes a blessing, but sometimes it can be, um, I don't want to say it like a curse because it's not a curse, but sometimes it could be that like emotional, being an emotional sponge can be challenging. And on the other hand, there is this Virgo Sun may want to show that it can do the best, think about the perfect plan or solutions, and could analyze and put in order, and at the same time provide healing. And it's a really interesting duo, both are about service in different ways, maybe some practical and spiritual services respectively. And maybe one heals physically and the other one heals the souls. I mean, we can think about this Pisces Moon and Virgo Sun in that aspect as well. I mean, so as I just said, I mean, with this full moon and lunar eclipse, there could be a culmination point or an end and closing of something that might have started back in 21st of March 2023. So, I mean, we might be leaving something behind, but continuing forward, hopefully in a more confident and relieved way. I think that could be coming through this lunar eclipse as well. So we have to really maybe think about and then like reflect on that era of the March 2023 and what was happening in our lives in a certain area of our lives, and now where we are seeing if we really started something important in that period. So, in that sense, the life areas where Virgo and Pisces in our charts, the houses that they are, may tell us the whole story that could have an impact up to 6 months. So, I think that would be the general impact of the general definition, interpretation of this lunar eclipse. And I hope that you have a good one. And soon Libra season is also approaching. It's like, one thing finishes and the other thing starts, and there would be another eclipse that period. There would be a solar eclipse with a new moon happening on the 2nd of October. So I hope that you enjoy this not conversation, monologue, let's say, and hope to see you in other videos. Bye bye.